What's up, guys? Episode 8.
7. 8.
7?
Is it 8? I think it's 8.
Producer?
I don't know. I lost track. Yeah.
I think we're at 8.
I think we're too many in, I guess, to remember what episode we're on. But we're back. Got a lot to catch up on in the sports world. We'll just hop right into it. Start with our usual baseball.
Of course.
We didn't really touch base much on Fernando Tatis last time.
Beast.
Of course, he's all over the internet with his 3-0 home run, which personally I have no problem with. I know a lot of people.
What, the Grand Slam?
Yeah, the 3-0 Grand Slam. I know a lot of people had a problem with it.
They say it's like an unwritten rule, like you don't swing on 3-0, right?
Yeah,
Or
but
something like that.
I personally think even with them being up, I think they were up 6 or 7 at the time, the Padres. I feel like in the sixth inning or 7th inning, an MLB team can easily come, not easily, but they can definitely chip away a little bit at a 7-run lead in 3 innings. I really don't, even though they say it's like an unwritten rule, I can see why he did that, like a young player trying to change the old ways. I mean,
I don't get why it's a problem, honestly.
yeah, I mean, I would definitely,
Who cares?
I would like to see that more than him stealing third base when they're up 8 and the next day.
He did that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Really?
know why he would do that, but that one I'm a little bit more biased to pick the 3-0 swing is better than the stealing third, because I feel like that's more of all right, you're up by enough, you don't need to take a base just because you can just, you know what I mean?
Nah, yeah.
What's your
I mean,
thoughts
there's
on
probably no need for, it doesn't really matter either one, because either way, he hit a home run, who cares? He hit a grand slam. He
Yeah.
stole, I don't think it's really a big deal that he stole third either. Because what is exactly is an unwritten rule, when they, why do people care so much about that?
Unwritten rules are just to show that you still respect your team and you're not just saying fuck you to them, but
Right.
it's also because their coaching staffs, some guys on the Padres coaching staff were a part of the Rangers, and they don't want them to think that we
I don't think it was a sign of disrespect or anything. I think it was just he's just a young guy having fun playing the game.
Yeah, I mean,
and I think fans like me and you like to see stuff like that, a young player who has fun playing the game and is one of the stars of the game right now.
Well, yeah, fans definitely love to see that. I mean, not even just young people, but I mean, I feel like Tatis could be one of those guys that could change the way of the game, to the new era. But,
Because, he's leading the league in most categories right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's looking real good. Padres are coming back through.
Right.
I know they were a little bit under 500. They're breaking through a little bit.
But
he's in second place.
He's definitely a player that will change the game because, if you just look, something about him is how when Ken Griffey played, everyone said obviously we weren't around for that, but that Ken Griffey changed the game, made it fun. Everyone wanted to watch it and see him play, and that's exactly what he's doing because he's young and he's got energy and all that. He's got. He has potential to change that team because they're only a couple games behind the Dodgers right now.
Yeah, he's got the tools and he's got the the swag to
become a star.
Become someone that could change the era, this era of baseball. But we want to swing over to New York. Yankees, after needing to take a week off because they're supposed to play the Mets and the coronavirus. They had a few guys with the coronavirus. Their series with the Mets was postponed to today, so they had a week off, which doesn't really help much at all, especially in a young season, a
shortened
season. So now they're a little bit of a slump. I know they lost 2 to Braves, and they just lost 2 to the Mets today in a doubleheader.
Good team. Braves are a good team. Honestly, if you look at New York right now, the Mets are 1 game below 500, and Yankees are 2 or 3 games above 500.
I wouldn't really panic with the Yankees.
They don't have their whole team right now. They don't have no Judge went back to the DL or injured list, right? I think he got hurt again.
I'm not too sure, but I know definitely I wouldn't count the Yankees out. I know everyone else is saying Yankees might be struggling a little bit, but they also don't have all their guys in right now. Whereas I feel not to be biased, I'm a Yankee fan, but I feel I'd be in more of a panic mode as a Met fan because.
Well, yeah, because the Marlins are ahead of them too. So
yeah. Whereas I feel the Yankees they're almost like a guarantee, especially in that division.
Yeah.
And with the expanded playoffs, that they're almost like a guarantee to get
They're a couple games back right now behind Tampa Bay, which Tampa Bay looks pretty good,
I
but
also feel like
they miss out on games too.
Them. Yeah, they missed out on games, which they'll make back, but it's just tough because the games they got to make back, they got to play doubleheaders.
Exactly.
Usually doubleheaders end up splitting them most of the time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not worried either. I still think that once they get their full team back, even when Judge comes back, because their lineup right now is no one who they start off with.
I actually saw today they actually had Jordy Mercer playing shortstop in the game too, so that just shows,
Jordy Mercer played for the Pirates, right?
Yeah.
Older guy.
That just shows how like desperate they are for play.
And that's crazy. I mean, who pitched today that they lost?
They threw Jordan Montgomery the first game, and I don't.
Not Garrett. When Cole didn't pitch, right?
Nah, Cole threw against the
Braves.
Yeah, actually, Jonathan Loizaga started.
Oh, okay.
He threw 3 innings in the second game. Ottavino came in, Nick Nelson, Luis Sessa, and then Chapman gave up a 2-run homer, I believe, walk-off.
Yeah, that's a shame you see that happen.
So the Yankees are 16-13 as of now, and the Mets are 15-16.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be worried too much. I know it's a shortened season, and they're about halfway through the season. And if they're 16-13 and they don't have Stanton, Judge, all these guys.
Get them all back, that definitely increase their chances of getting back into first place, maybe getting a first round bye.
Even if they get a wild card spot, I mean, I'd be happy with it. Because once they get to the playoffs, I think they'll have their full healthy team and all.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not too worried.
Another big thing that happened in the baseball world, I think 2 or 3 days ago, Lucas Giolito threw the first no-hitter of the MLB 2020 season.
How many strikeouts did he have?
I think he had 13, which is I saw it was the most strikeouts in a White Sox no-hitter or perfect game in history. I'm actually pretty impressed with him after his first few starts. He didn't really have anything going his way, gave up a couple home runs.
He's supposed to be a big prospect, right?
Yeah, coming from the Nationals, he was a big prospect. I think it's one of the top prospects in baseball.
I believe so.
And excuse me. And he looked unhittable that day. I mean, I saw someone actually tweeted and they said not to take anything away from Giolito, but and then he showed all the Pirates averages in that lineup, and no one's hitting over 260, but
still a no-hitter, yeah. They're still professional baseball players.
Yeah, you can't take anything away from them.
And the Pirates lineup has Josh. I don't know, is Josh Bell healthy?
Yeah.
They got Josh Bell.
They have Josh Bell, Gregory Polanco.
Yeah.
They got a few guys.
They have people
hitters. It doesn't matter who they are. If they're there, they can hit.
And to pitch a no-hitter anytime is special.
I actually was watching MLB Network. I watched his last 3 innings. He didn't even look like he was you couldn't tell that he was anxious or anything. He was calm, and I watched his interview after the game. He was saying how James McCann, the catcher, really helped him. He felt something special when James McCann came over.
Yeah,
that he just knows how to calm him down between pitches.
Right,
and that's what you really want. I mean, that's why you really haven't seen Gary Sanchez catch a no-hitter yet, because he's not very a relaxing kind of catcher.
Nah, exactly.
You throw a ball in the dirt.
That's why you don't see many no-hitters. We're halfway through the season, and that's the first one. I mean, Kenta, what his name is? Maeda. He came close. Someone else came close.
It's really hard to throw.
It doesn't happen as much.
It doesn't. Yeah, definitely.
Perfect game will never happen. I mean, perfect game is 10 times more rare.
And for that guy to tweet that, I mean, you might only get 1 or 2 perfect games or no-hitters in 2 seasons, if that maybe. There's a once in a every few years, maybe.
Exactly. So either way, it's special.
Yeah. And usually in no-hitters, perfect games, balls get hit around all over the place. That one, I think maybe 2 or 3 balls were hit hard. Everything else was they just didn't look good at all. But
I always like seeing something like that happen.
That's really all that's happened in baseball so far. I mean, the A's are looking really good. It's they're
the typical stuff that we talked about last
A's
time.
And Dodgers, really, the NL, AL.
A's, Dodgers. Surprising teams are still Miami's not bad. San Diego, obviously.
Yeah, and then one of the big thing that's been not one of, probably the biggest thing in the world right now is the Jacob Blake teams sitting out, baseball and basketball. I know baseball, the Mets. Who'd they play? The Marlins?
The Marlins, they walked off, right?
Yeah, they did walk off.
That's like that's the biggest thing in the entire world and sports world.
Well, they walked off, and after 42 seconds, I believe, because it was Jackie Robinson Day, if I'm not mistaken.
But they walked. Oh, okay, yeah, that was today.
Oh, what's today?
That Jackie Robinson Day was today, but
because
they walked off
after 40. They had 42 seconds of silence,
something like that,
and then they walked off.
And now, after a moment of silence that lasted 42 seconds, the day before we celebrate Jackie Robinson Day, the Mets are exiting the field after both teams exchanged a wave of caps to one another. So it would appear as though, after a poignant moment, that the Mets and Marlins will not be playing baseball tonight.
Yeah, so a bunch of teams in the NBA, MLB, a couple of teams sat out, but the NBA was.
The NBA,
yeah,
right?
exactly. Well, they're more like about it in a sense because like they have their jerseys, they have all like
the Black
LeBron,
Lives Matter one,
and they have like a leader like LeBron who's like comfortable speaking out on stuff like this. Like he'll go out and like during their meeting, like he said he doesn't want to play, he's not comfortable playing. And as a leader in like the NBA, like he wants to be like a Muhammad Ali type figure and like be able to tell everyone like what he thinks and be able to make a change. And hopefully it's gonna work for him, and hopefully it does make a change because all this going on right now can't be going on. And
well, I mean, I'm pretty sure the Bucks were the first team to like. Right?
Well, the Bucks were the first team to say they're not going to play, and then like them versus
They didn't accept it though, right? Like they didn't accept like the forfeit.
Oh, I'm not sure. I know they didn't play. So
that's what happened, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I guess
they
a lot
said
of
that they wanted the forfeit.
Yeah. Well, there's two ways to look at it. A lot of the basketball teams, I think in that meeting they had too. A lot of teams were thinking like this. Like the one way which LeBron was looking at it was there's bigger things to worry about than basketball. But the other, obviously, a bunch of other teams are thinking like the fans already missed out on so many months of basketball. Like, you may as well just like play and give them something to keep their minds off. You know what I mean?
I think it's a little bit more of a. I feel like it shows more if they just don't show up for the games now instead of like postponing the whole season.
Yeah,
I feel like.
I don't want to see them postpone the whole season, but if they come to like a conclusion that they have to,
like
which they didn't.
The point that they're trying to make, I feel like it would like show more about them if they just like didn't play for like the games that they did and then they came back. You know what I mean? Well,
they're resuming on Saturday or tomorrow, and I think that's a good. They could still like find other ways like alongside like while they're there to fight for their like rights.
I do tend to agree with their choices, but I wouldn't agree if they decided to postpone the whole season. I feel like they,
especially after everything that's gone on with getting the season started up like this.
Yeah, I feel like they did it right by just taking their day and not taking the whole season.
Yeah, they took a few days off. I think they did it right too. I guess by postponing the season, they would be really showing that like that they really like are serious about like that. They're
definitely serious about it. I think that I don't know. I feel like them just I don't know. I feel like it would mean more to like.
Yeah, I know. I know what you're saying. I'm just happy that we're what's it called that they kind of have a plan and they're figured that out, and that we're getting basketball back. We're not miss out the whole season. It's crazy how much. Yeah, and it's crazy how much power LeBron has because, like, literally, I don't know if you saw that. He said that he doesn't want to play, and the Clippers and Lakers, I think the Clippers too, right? Just followed behind him and said they don't want to play there just because of him. And I'm surprised everyone there didn't want to play because he's such a leader, like I was saying.
I'm pretty sure I heard that Fred VanVleet started the whole like not playing thing.
Oh yeah,
somewhere, yeah.
I believe it. I mean, any basketball player there, everyone there probably feels the same way. I'm thinking, for the most part.
Yeah. I mean, it's a sad like thing that happened with the NBA. I mean, I feel like they had to take some action. They did.
Yeah.
In their way. I mean, they took it into their own hands. I mean,
NFL probably would have done the same thing.
NFL probably would have done the same thing.
There's gonna be this whole season. The NFL is gonna be so much. I feel like everyone's gonna kneel for
Oh yeah, I feel like a lot is.
Yeah, everyone's gonna kneel because Roger Goodell just came out and said like he supports kneeling now, which is funny after Kaepernick.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, we don't really have much to talk about for the NFL, right?
For the NFL, nothing's really going on.
Maybe.
Hopefully that the NFL has a good plan because and they don't have to cancel games like the MLB is because they'll be starting soon and they're traveling and obviously they're in a bubble, so they're gonna have to do a lot of COVID testing before every single practice, all that stuff before every game.
I feel like that's gonna be the toughest sport to do because they also have the biggest roster. They have like 52, I think.
Definitely, and it's full contact. So hopefully I want to see a season, definitely a full healthy season because we all have our fantasy drafts.
I feel like
we're all
fantasy
excited.
owners are going to be.
I know. I don't want to miss out on it.
Real active on the waiver wire because that's like the most contact sport you could get, and everyone.
Exactly, and you don't want
even like all the linemen and the D linemen touching each other,
exactly,
and stuff.
And one player getting can affect the whole team.
I wouldn't be surprised if players take it like the Pro Bowl game where it's just like a two-hand touch kind of thing.
I really hope not, but they might have. That's what those masks would have been a great idea.
Yeah, but it would be hard to like imagine playing in like Denver with that.
True. There gotta be a better way to make you breathe through those though.
Yeah.
But I would hate to see like an early like in fantasy terms like your first overall pick, and then. He's doing good or whatever, and then like 2 weeks in gets COVID.
Yeah, I mean,
but you never that could happen.
Definitely could take a toll on fantasy teams.
And real teams, obviously.
And obviously, more importantly, the actual teams. But
yeah.
So since last time we had a question, like the question of what your favorite NFL or football moment, you could be one person in any football moment.
Yeah.
And Ryan.
Oh yeah, and Ryan went with the Odell catch. I'm surprised he didn't. If we can get a clip of Ryan doing the Odell clip now, that'd be great. But
I wish he could, but he won't. He refuses to do it.
He might be able to do it though.
I think today we're gonna do a baseball question.
Yeah.
Do you want to answer first?
Yeah, give me the question. I'll give you an answer.
Okay. So, the question today is gonna be. It's going to be more a simple one, probably not as good as the other one. Mm-hmm. But if you can name me your favorite all-around, like skill-wise, like talent-wise, and like off the field, like swag-wise now, and then just your all-time. So name your current like player like that now, and then name your favorite all-time player, like someone that like you didn't get to grow up watching.
Right now is between Tatis is sick, so him or Acuna. I feel like Acuna is. I don't know. Something about him is just so cool. The way he plays, the way he looks. Yeah. Something about him is just. I don't know. I like how he wears his big chains out like that.
Yeah, he's
got swag.
Ryan, you want in on this one, or you hanging this one out?
Judge even maybe. I gotta say.
You gotta give your all around your
all time
that like you never like seen like someone like passed that you didn't get to watch playing. Gotta go
Ken Griffey.
Yeah.
I would have loved. We probably saw him in a couple years, but not really.
Not really. Not enough to be able to actually.
Yeah, watch. But like in his like in the 90s to see him play like that, oh my God, that'd been crazy.
Hogan, I know you're not much of a baseball fan, but do you have any input on this question?
Do you?
Okay. No input. All right. So before I give my answer, we're gonna do a quick.
Well, you don't want to give your answer first before the.
I'll give my answer first.
May as well, you know.
So, right now, I probably had to say my favorite player to watch right now it honestly might be Juan Soto.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Just because.
He's another one who changed the game.
As much of a dick as he is, that the Soto shuffle.
It's entertaining.
It's something that's just. I find it hilarious, and I find it like as like a fuck you to the pitcher.
First and second, 2 out. Ball one outside, right on top of the plate. Ball. Soto. Now. This guy is a star. Ball. Outside for ball one.
I find it pretty funny. And he can swing it too. He's an all-around good player. I like the way he carries himself. Mm-hmm. Really shows that he really doesn't give a shit about anything.
And he's young, too.
Sure, I have other players in mind, like Mike Trout, but I don't know.
Mike Trout, I feel like Mike Trout doesn't really have, like, that, like, yeah, he still is, like, the best baseball player in the league, but I feel like something about him, like, he doesn't, like, I don't know. He's not, like, he doesn't have, like, something that, like, it's, like, entertaining for me, like, to look at. Like, obviously playing-wise.
There's other players that I like Charlie Blackmon, but I feel like he's just like that. Nothing really, like, special about him, you know?
Mm-hmm. Like, they're obviously great players. Like, he's in, like, 400, but, like, something that, like, he doesn't have, like, something to him that, like, this guy's sick.
I play outfield, obviously, but so I kind of, like, watch just, like, guys in the outfield. Like, obviously, I like other players, too, like, infielders and stuff, but I kind of like watching, like, players that play my position, like, to see how they, like, play, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I'm kind
When
of, like,
they carry
biased.
themselves.
I'm kind of, like, biased to, like, the outfielders more, just because, like,
Feel that.
I can, like, kind of, like, relate to it, if that makes sense.
I wish I could relate, but, you know, I retired years back.
You kind of relate to, like, Joe Ingles, kind of.
Well, if we're talking basketball, then me and Joe Ingles are basically the same player, I'd say.
After he hits it, he's been talking. Watch him talk to the fan. There's some Piston fans over there.
Blows him a kiss. The one and only Jingling Joe with a...
He said, "You've been talking all game over there."
Both lights out shooters.
So
both have great hair.
We're gonna give a little call. Ryan, you're saying to screen record this?
Yeah.
Screen record.
It's not gonna get the volume. It's not gonna get the audio.
Yeah, but it's gonna get the volume through.
Yeah, but remember who's editing.
Yeah, remember who's editing.
That's true.
I'm giving him a call now.
You should get a clip of all these players.
Tony.
Hey, what's up?
All right, we have Tony here. So our question to you, Tony, is...
You gonna introduce him? Gonna introduce him who he is?
So this is Tony Clayton. Looks like he's on the shitter right now. He's the Mets fanatic that we want to try to get him and Speedo Pete Spider.
Maybe one day, yeah.
Maybe one day, if Ryan gets the equipment for it. So we're gonna have Tony answer our question here. So Tony, question today is, who's your favorite play? I never gave my all-time favorite player. Now I'm thinking about it.
Well, I guess give Tiny his opportunity to do it first.
So, Tony, your favorite all-time player, or favorite player right now, like talent-wise, and like he's got the swag too.
What sport are we talking
We're
about?
talking baseball.
Baseball? All-time favorite?
No. Just your current player right now with the most swag and talent right now. Who's your favorite?
Juan
Oh, it's inside.
A little bit up and in, and the count moves to 3 balls and a strike.
That's what I said.
All right, Juan Soto. I can see that. And then now give your all-time.
Now your all-time, like someone that you didn't get to grow up watching. Like, who?
I'd say Juan Soto. I also say Tatis.
That's
Those
yeah.
are the
Jimmy
two people me
said.
and Matt picked.
Yeah, Jimmy said Soto. I said Tatis.
All time that I never really got to see. I never really got to see like Gary Sheffield or like Ken Griffey play.
Yeah, I went with Ken Griffey too, Tiny.
I didn't get to see. I didn't get to say my all-time guy, but if I'm picking all-time, I'm either picking Ken Griffey Jr. or
Gary Sheffield.
Not to be an asshole and say because he did steroids, but Barry Bonds.
Oh yeah.
Barry Bonds, I feel like would be crazy to watch.
Legend.
Although I might give Ken Griffey Jr. a little bit higher than him just because when I was younger, I used to hit with my hat backwards because I was like,
that's
I saw
cool.
him doing
Yeah,
it like YouTube,
that's
like
cool.
when my dad would show him to me.
That is pretty cool.
Dude, he fucking the one who started that shit.
Nah, yeah.
Tony, did he not?
I know that. I know.
I'm a big Ricky Anderson fan too.
Oh yeah.
Wish I could watch Ricky Anderson play. He's played for the Mets into his career. He was terrible.
Yep.
But if he's a Met.
That kind of wraps it up for Tony. Hopefully he's wrapping up his shit soon, so we'll talk to you.
No promises.
So there's Tony. But, so that about wraps it up for episode. Who knows?
A 7 or 8. I think it's 8. I think it's 8.
I'm saying.
I'm gonna put money on 8.
If it's not 8, we look like fucking idiots. I think we look like idiots already on here.
It's alright though.
It's all right.
It's good that we got Jimmy back. After his 2 episodes of
That was good last episode.
he was good last episode.
Listen, Ryan, good luck with the editing on this video. Peace out.